Many landholders have to deal with the problem of erosion on their properties. So what types of erosion might you find on your property? Gully erosion is a fairly common landscape feature in the southern tablelands and parts of the southern highlands of New South Wales. Basically, gully erosion happens when runoff from rainfall flows through the landscape, removing soil, creating channels greater than 30 centimetres deep. In the very early stages, an active gully head looks a bit like a small waterfall, which if left untreated will continue to erode upstream, becoming deeper and wider over time. Keep in mind that while some erosion gullies can look dramatic, they may have stabilised. Vegetation growing on the gully floor is an indicator of stabilisation. To repair a gully of this size and depth, you will really need to consult a professional. Anything this size, 30 centimetres or less, you can tackle yourself, and there are some low cost and easy to install options you can use. The simplest place to start is to remove pressure from livestock and vehicles around your gully. This allows ground cover to re-establish. Reducing grazing pressure on the gully sides and base will help create a vegetation buffer to slow surface water runoff and trap fine sediments. Bank erosion can occur in dry gullies, creeks and rivers. Intense rainfall events lead to flooding and can trigger major changes in watercourses like undercutting of banks. This bank erosion could be tackled by installing a fence to exclude stock. By preventing stock from walking on bank edges and denuding areas of vegetation, the erosion can be slowed and plants will start to recover. However, if you have a gully and its floor is continuing to erode, the bank erosion will continue. In this case, you will need to address the lowering of the gully to help in the recovery of the bank erosion, and this may require professional advice. Sheet erosion occurs when the thin layer of topsoil is removed by surface water flow and wind due to a lack of ground cover. Reduced ground cover can be caused by overgrazing, overclearing, cultivation and vehicle tracking in combination with aspect. The effects of salinity can also cause diminished ground cover. Seek advice if you believe this is a problem for you. You might be able to tackle this sheet erosion yourself by either fencing it and planting a cover crop, mulching, or by applying jute mesh and seeding the area. If the vegetation is native, then broadcast a sterile cover crop such as rye corn. If you're in an area of introduced plant species, then consider the species present and look to replicate this, at the same time being mindful of weed risks. If left untreated, sheet erosion can be the start of gully erosion. Coir logs, straw bales, jute mesh, as well as repurposing fallen timber and rocks are all options that could be used to mitigate small-scale erosion. If you're not sure what to do, then seek professional advice.